Hurricanes Helene and Milton have devastated communities across the southeast, and the ASPCA is on the ground helping with critical relief efforts. Susan Anderson is the Director of Disaster Response for the ASPCA and is here to share more about the work being done. Susan, thank you so much for joining us. What has the disaster response team been experiencing in terms of pet owners and local shelters?
Good morning. So with the recent string of significant hurricanes, we're seeing animal shelters as well as individual pet owners and households being impacted in several states across the Southeast. The ASPCA is supporting substantial pet food and supply distribution efforts in Western North Carolina, as well as assisting Florida and Georgia with search and rescue efforts, supporting sheltering needs, and also doing assessments to try to determine where the greatest needs are. We've worked with local shelters in North Carolina and Florida to evacuate more than 140 homeless shelter animals out of the disaster zone. And by evacuating animals out of the zone, we're freeing up space in those local shelters for animals that will continue to come in once storms have made their way through the area and the impacts continue to be felt. We're giving animals that we're removing a chance at a second life, and helping to relieve the strain on staff members in those local shelters.
Wow, I can't even begin to imagine what everyone in these affected areas is going through. Explain how pets can be part of disaster preparedness plans. Why is it important for people to know how to protect them during a disaster?
Well, pets' first line of defense in emergencies is a well-prepared owner. So the rate of disasters and the severity of them, and really the intensity that they intensify more rapidly than ever before, which means that people have less time in the moment and may have to, at the drop of a hat, evacuate, for example, with all of their pets as well as their own personal belongings. So we certainly encourage people to always include their pets in their emergency preparedness plans and evacuation plans. Make sure you have a safe, pet-friendly place to evacuate to ahead of time, so you don't have to stress and think about that. And always prepare a pet go bag, just like you would for human members of your household.
Well, I know my first reaction is, what can I do to help? What kind of support and supplies do these communities need right now? How can people around the country help?
Well, it's particularly important right now for folks to support their local animal welfare organizations and shelters. So we suggest that you go directly to those local organizations and ask them what their greatest needs are. They may need volunteers. They may need help with fostering pets. Certainly, we encourage people to adopt pets from their local animal shelter, but go to them directly about what their greatest needs are versus just buying supplies and sending them or dropping them off. They may not need any of those things at all. So go to them directly. If you're looking for more ideas, people can also go to the ASPCA's website at aspca.org.
Susan, thank you so much for sharing this and all the work you're doing. We appreciate it.
Thank you.